Hello, I am Mim, in charge of the drone company. Today we will learn about the setup method after assembling the Striker. The program needed for the drone setup is called Betaflight. To download this program, go to our wholesaler site, then go to the product support section where you will find the Striker item. If you select this, you will find the Striker assembly manual, Mighty assembly manual, and the button for downloading Betaflight. So if you click this download button, a page will appear where you can download Betaflight. If you scroll down, you'll find a file named Windows 64-bit installer. Click on this file name and the installation file will be downloaded. Now in the Striker product support, various FAQs are organized. So if the aircraft does not take off or there are such symptoms, it would be good to check this FAQ. Once you have completed the installation of Betaflight, you can open the program like this. Now let's connect the computer and the aircraft. In the case of the F7FC, it uses a C-type cable, and any C-type cable that can transfer data will work. Connect the C-type cable to the USB port and then connect it to the C-type port on the aircraft. When you connect it, the lights on the device will turn on and it will connect with Betaflight. The first thing to do here is to download the dump log of the F7FC. So click the button labeled F7 dump log in product support. Notepad will be downloaded. When you go to the CLA menu in Betaflight, a window where you can enter commands will appear. Here, select everything in the Notepad by pressing Ctrl A, then copy everything by pressing Ctrl C. Then, in the command input window, press Ctrl V and hit enter, and the setup for the aircraft is complete. We've left the optimal settings for this Striker aircraft in the dump log, so by simply copying and pasting, the aircraft setup is entirely finished. It's very simple, right? As the comments continue to upload, all the information about these settings will be saved. After saving, an error message will appear at the very end, but this is because the settings were imported from an older version of Betaflight. So you can ignore the error message and save it once more. So when the word save appears in red at the end, press enter once more with the save command to store it, and Betaflight will turn off and then back on. After that, you can confirm that all the settings have been applied correctly. The controller called ST10 used for this drone Soccer Striker aircraft uses two methods, I-bus and S-bus. We will use the S-bus method and we will set up three settings within this controller, the controller's receiver and Betaflight. First, we will set up the controller. Press the tool-shaped menu setting button on the controller, then go into the system section where you will find a button labeled output mode at the bottom. If you go into this button, change the output from I-bus to S-bus, and the S-bus reception mode for the controller will be completed. Next, we need to change the mode of the receiver from I-bus mode to S-bus mode. So on the receiver, there is a button labeled bind. And if you press and hold this button, the red light on top will blink rapidly, then turn off and on again. This indicates S-bus mode. If you want to switch back to I-bus mode, press and hold it. After it turns off for a long time and then blinks quickly, that's the I-bus mode. So since we will be using the S-bus mode, we will change it to S-bus mode. Now that the receiver's mode has been changed and the controller is set to S-bus mode, you can see the controller being recognized in the receiver tab. The neutral value for the tricopter is set to 1500 and the minimum and maximum values are set from 1000 to 2000. So we will separately adjust the sub-trim and endpoints on the controller. When you go into the settings and enter the function menu, you'll find the endpoint and sub-trim. First, let's set the endpoint. You will only set the endpoints for channels 1, 2, 3, and 4. The left side is the minimum endpoint and the right side is the maximum endpoint. So let's set all these endpoints to 100%. Yes. Similarly, we will change the maximum value to 100%. Yes, once everything has been changed to 100% like this, the endpoint setting is complete. Next, the sub trim. We will now set the sub trim to -10%. Set all channels from 1 to 4 to -10%, then exit to the initial screen. Now, when you look at the beta flight screen, you can confirm that the neutral value is set to 1500. The throttle value not matching the neutral value is not a significant issue, so it will be maintained in this state. On the beta flight screen, you can see that the minimum value is set close to 1000, and the maximum value is set close to 2000. With this, the setup for both the transmitter and receiver for drone soccer is complete. Now, connect the battery to power the aircraft and check if the motors are rotating in the correct direction with the correct numbering. Let's remove the propellers from this aircraft. The reason for removing the propeller is to prevent any accidents since the motor needs to be rotated. So please make sure to remove the propeller before setting it up. I will reconnect the C-type cable. While the C-type cable is connected, you will see a tab called Motor in beta flight. So, if you go into the Motor tab, you will see information about the motors. In this state, let's power it on through the aircraft battery. When you insert the battery into the aircraft, the power is applied along with this sound. Now, as shown here in beta flight, the motor on the bottom right from the front is motor 1, the top right is motor 2, and the bottom left is motor 3. The top left is the fourth motor. Please note that this motor numbering is slightly different from regular drones and is only used in drone soccer. To check if the motors are rotating in the correct order and direction, a message box called Motor Test Mode Arming Notification appears at the bottom stating I am aware of the risks and confirm that the propellers have been removed fine. A checkbox labeled Motor Control, Arming, and Disable Runaway Takeoff Prevention appears, and once you check it, the sliders for these 4 motors are activated. We will try turning on the motors one by one. Motor 1, middle B, Motor 2, Motor 3, and Motor 4. When you turn the motors, if you quickly push the slider up all at once, the motor will spin rapidly. So after clicking the slider once, use the arrow keys to increase the numbers, and the motor will spin slowly. Raise it to 1020 to check if motor number 1 is rotating correctly according to its number, then slide it back down, the motor will stop. So we confirm that motor number 1 is rotating clockwise correctly, and for motor number 2, we can confirm it is rotating counterclockwise in the same way. And I confirm that the second motor also rotates counterclockwise, and finally I can confirm that the fourth motor also rotates clockwise. If the motor's rotation direction is not correct, go to the mixer tab on the left where it says motor direction and click on motor direction. You will see a safety notice saying, I am aware of the danger and all propellers have been removed. Check this box and then click on the message that says individually, which allows you to select the motor direction for each propeller individually. If you want to change the direction of motor number 1, you can press number 1 here and choose whether to change it to forward or reverse. I checked motor number 1, and the motor that should rotate clockwise is rotating counterclockwise. Then, after selecting the reverse direction and changing the motor's direction, you can check if the motor's direction has really changed in the same way as before. If the motor's direction has changed, you can select it like this, and there is a change motor order on the left. Please check if this motor is number 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if the motor number is different, you can change the motor order through the motor order changer. You can check the motor direction like this, and for the striker, just like a regular drone, you use the stick like this. Instead of starting the aircraft by lowering or raising it like this, you need to assign an arming switch separately. So you can assign the switch you want among these 4 switches. If you go into the mode tab in beta flight, you'll see menus called arm and angle. Then on the right, where it says aux 1, you can by mesa maidi ai wasan sinde bikpa yasan shidi bisan shibi. After automatically changing it, you can move the switch you want to use as the arming key.
I will now move the switch at the top right and use it as the arming switch. Then what was set to automatic will be recognized as AUX4, and you can see the yellow line at the bottom move up and down as the switch is toggled. If it is on the side with nothing, arming will not occur when you flip the switch so that the yellow line falls within the yellow range. The engine starts. Once it is automatically recognized as AUX4, press the save button at the bottom right to save this setting. So after setting up the arming key, if you go to the settings tab on the left, there is a button for accelerometer calibration. This button is for leveling the aircraft, so place it on a flat surface like a desk or the floor and press the accelerometer calibration button. The aircraft will then automatically perform level and accelerometer calibration simultaneously. With this, all the settings for the Striker are complete. Since the setup of all the aircraft is complete, let's attach the propeller and check if it is ready for flight. Setto, order, settek. Now, to attach the battery to the aircraft, place the battery so that the power cable of the battery and the power cable connected to the aircraft are opposite each other. Then use the included Velcro to secure the battery. When fastening the Velcro, make sure to secure it as tightly as possible so it doesn't interfere with the flight. Then, always turn on the remote control's power before connecting the aircraft's power. After turning on the remote control's power, connect the battery. Once the remote control and the aircraft's power are connected, you are ready to fly. Let's place the aircraft on G-table and lift it slightly to see if it can take off properly. We will start the aircraft using the arming switch we set in the Betaflight setup program. To start the aircraft, with the throttle on the far left in mode 2 lowered, activate the arming switch and the propeller will start spinning, initiating the engine. In this state, when you raise the throttle, the propeller will spin rapidly and it will take off. Let's try taking off. Yes, it takes off properly. Today we took some time to learn how to set up the Striker used in drone soccer. There are quite a few people looking to get into drone soccer, so we made this video and we hope many people will watch it and get into drone soccer with the Striker. If you found today's video helpful, please subscribe, like and set up notifications. Thank you.